Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a cashless cash stuffing for some sinking funds and savings. So we are going to jump right on into it. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. My name is Janelle. I'm a wife and a mother of one, and on here I do all things cashless budgeting, and I also include work week lunches and grocery hauls. So if that is something that you're interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be doing some stuffing. Today we're going to be stuffing $2,135, and this is just a mixture of extra money and tax money that we received back. So let's get on into the stuffing and coloring since it's cashless. All of our all of our sinking funds and savings sit in our Ally savings account, except for our rainy day fund, which sits in our savings account for our operating account. If you guys are interested in signing up with Ally, I do have their link down below. I know they are running a promotion right now, I believe. So yeah. Let's start off with this main binder here first. We are going to start making some changes in April. Y'all, life is lifing. Things are changing. And we are going to be making a pivot here. So we're first going to start off with entertainment, and entertainment is getting $50. So we are going to color in 50, and we're going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So this is going to be our entertainment. There's nothing going on that we're going to be going to. We were thinking about going to the track again this month, and potentially to a spring football game, but I don't think that's just in the cards for us right now. So nothing else for the remainder of the month that I can see. Okay, because I was like, where am I, y'all? So this is gonna kind of just be building this up, because our entertainment fund really serves a very much catch-all type of thing, birthdays, holidays, all of the things. And so we did spend quite a few dollars, and we're gonna need to build this back up because Mother's Day is coming, and then we have Father's Day, and then we have Memorial Day where we buy food, and a lot of those things come out of here. So I would just like to build this back up. And now we're at 103. So we put some stuff into entertainment. Next is going to be health. We really need to get this up. We are going to be putting in $100 into here. So we are going to be coloring in 5 hearts because each of them are 20. So we need to get our health up. Of course, any doctor's appointments, eye doctor, dentist. My dentist, or the dentist appointments I've been going to, if you've been listening to me talk about my tooth, that came out of my personal account, and it is fully paid for. So that isn't something that I have to worry about. But I know that baby girl has an eye appointment coming up. And then I want to say my husband has already made her dentist appointment as well. So I know that we'll have copays for those things. That was health. We're going to go over to maintenance. So for car maintenance, we are going to be putting in 15. So I just need to make sure that we are doing all of the things. Right now, we are kind of going to pivot away from paying off extremes amount of debt and really get into saving. Things are getting really rough out here, you guys. Really, really rough, especially with paying for groceries and things like that. And I think that although paying off this debt is so important to me, I think that we also need to set ourselves up in case we don't have a large emergency fund. So we need to set up ourselves to make sure that if something were to happen, we have a little bit of something to be able to fall back on. And just focusing, we're putting $50 into home maintenance and focusing on the important sinking funds and stuff. And, you know, I was looking at it, talking to my husband and stuff. And I was like, honestly, like the stuff that we're saving for is really not like as like frivolous as I thought it was. Maybe our entertainment fund is like the fun fund, but everything else is for bills. I think about our car maintenance, home maintenance. These are all things that we need to save for because they are important to our livelihood. But just kind of figuring out which fund we should focus on first and then kind of go from there. So I am happy that we have some extra funds this month to kind of fill a little bit of everything. So we are going to go to rainy day funds now, y'all. And rainy day funds, we're actually putting $130, and this actually will complete this here, which woohoo, we'll have some money in our rainy day fund, a few dollars there in case of a small teeny weeny emergency or to cover a bill or something. We have that money there. So we are done with this. And then if for some reason I just don't get to fill this up one day, like it's okay and I can refocus money to something else. I want to say the ultimate goal for this account would really be at like $500 and then leave it at that. But to be at 236, I think that is great. And I'll flip this over. Well, let me put that in there because that's done now. So I'll put this in the back. Yep, put that in the back there. Then next is going to be emergency fund. If you haven't been watching my channel, at the beginning of March, we had like really heavy winds here in Texas and some of our shingles came off. And so we had to replace it. So I was on my goal to meeting my quarterly goal of getting $1,250 into our emergency fund after we had to use it for Hurricane Beryl last year. And so, yeah. Hey, big girl. Y'all, baby girl is up. You had a good nap? Mommy put your lunch out on the floor with your tablet. Okay? And your water. Okay? Alrighty. And so I wanted to make sure that I got this back up. So we are actually putting $1,000 into our emergency fund because that's where it would best be suited. Now this is only $640 on this savings tracker here. So we have completed this one as well too. But now we'll have $1,655.64. My goal for the year was actually $2,000. So we are doing very well. And I think that I actually want to up that goal to about $3,000. So we'll see exactly what happens, but one of our main goals as we pivot is to definitely make sure that we are building our emergency fund. It is so important, you guys, so important. And for just a while, I was like, we'll be okay because we're a 2-income household. Like we're already a month ahead on our bills and our checking account. Like we can kind of focus and pivot on some other things. But no, y'all, I need to get back to the basics and save in that emergency fund. And then there's going to be nothing else over here. So that is where we are for this. Sorry, you guys, big girl came back in here and then I don't know what happened. So that is where we are for that binder. Now we're going to go to our future binder. I will be updating you guys on our goals for Q2 and just some of the things that are changing. So nothing for baby girl's education. For baby, we are going to be putting in $70. So we're going to cross out 235s here. Candyland. And then for, I just know this off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure. For home projects, we're putting in $45. So we can cross off one of these. And then nothing for moving. We're going to go over to insurance. We have car insurance. And let me pull this up just a little bit. We have car insurance, and car insurance is going to be getting $210. So we're going to do 7 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are one of these things. If I can get ahead on some of our savings sooner rather than later, then I can pivot back to slowly paying off our debt without feeling stressed about not having any money in savings or in our spending accounts, and really tackle the debt. And I really see why it is actually important to save first. Get a good savings first and then start tackling your debt. Although sometimes when you've done it before, we've gotten out of debt before, and I didn't necessarily do it that way. Doesn't always work out the same time the second time around. Next is going to be taxes. This is going to be for our escrow taxes. We are going to be putting $60 into here, and that brings us to $120, which actually makes me happy because in April, we will get our new tax appraisal for 2025, and then we will have our taxes protested. And so if we were able to save like we were last year, there will be a small fee that we pay. It's like a percentage of whatever they save. And they, like last year, y'all, it really saved us a lot of money because our mortgage went from being $22.40. This year it is now $19.25. So we have definitely saved on some things here, so feeling good about that. So I want to make sure there's at least some money in here to be able to cover that fee for the lawyer whenever that happens, if they're able to save us some money. Now we are going to go to our miscellaneous binder, and these are just additional things that I don't have to save for, but would like to save for because we have additional goals and things like that. So this is going to be our debt. We are putting in $18 into here. So 6 times 3 is 18. So we're going to be coloring 3 of these. And whenever this is finished, we will just put it towards our household debt that we are paying down. And so that is what we have going on for debt for this folder here. And then next we are going to go to spending because I'm trying to build this spending up. I may not actually finish this this savings challenge, but I think when I hit a number, I'll just call it complete and put it into our spending account. In April, I know that baby girl will have spring pictures, so we'll need to be able to pay out for that. And then I just feel like there's some other things that I just can't remember off the top of my head. We'll be putting $70 into here. That will be coming up, and we just need that money in there. Just so that we're able to take care of those things. Once again, like I said, this right now would be the perfect time to just really get our accounts in order. Get our accounts in order and really get money into these accounts, and then just focus on the debt and get that paid off sooner rather than later. But you got to do what works for you guys. I mean, like work for you guys. Sometimes we get caught up with watching what other people are doing. Everyone's situation is different. That's why budgeting is personal to you. So that is what we have over here. So we have this. Then we have this here. I don't think y'all have seen this all year, but this was something that I had got back, or I got last year, and I haven't really been using it, but there's been some money in here. I want to build up our 1 month ahead account of a couple $100. So it's very important that I do that. So we are going to be putting $65 into there. So it will have 80. It won't go into the account yet. It will just sit there until I at least finish this one, and then I can drop it into the checking account. Or also what I'm thinking is to just leave it in the savings account and allow it to just accrue interest for the remainder of the year. And then at the end to the beginning of the year, I can just put that money in the checking account and at like just one time. But we have that here. And then lastly, we are going to do our subscriptions. So let's do our subscriptions. So here is subscriptions. And so first things first is we have back to school. Back to school is all things for baby girl, her tuition for daycare, back to school clothes, shoes, socks, learning materials and things like that. And so we make sure, and we kind of just follow the regular school schedule because technically in in August, that's when their tuition is due as well too. So we are going to be putting $42 into here, and this will actually allow us to go ahead and complete this savings challenge here. I like smaller denominations, y'all. Even though it's smaller, I feel like you reach your goals a lot quicker because you're just able to like complete them in smaller digits than if you do like bigger numbers, because it feels very like daunting, especially if what you have to save is not a whole lot each month or each week. So yeah, so we have 170 now. We're doing well for just being in March. And then we're going to work on the next savings challenge for back to school. And we're just going to be, making it work for us, you guys, and trying to just focus on the most important things. So 42, and then we have this one that we'll be working on next. So we'll put this back here. And then we have this one to work on. And I actually did the same savings challenge last year, so that was fun as well too. So we did 42 for back to school. Now we are going to go to our HOA, and we're slowly just putting money aside for this as well too. And it is going to get $50. And boom, we have that here. So we're slowly getting there. We have $132. I want to say last year this time, I don't think there was even that much in there. So trying to get ahead of the game. Like I said, focus on the main things. These are things we have to pay for, and so we just need to make sure that we are saving for it slowly but surely. Next is going to be Love Every. Baby girl has a Love Every kit. It's just like a toy subscription. I think it stops when she's like 4 or 5, but y'all, like, you can literally use it over and over again. All of the toys that she's had, like, she can continue to use it. It is great quality. And then some of the baby stuff that like she's not going to use, I've already like put them in a box with all of the different, like all of the stuff that belongs to that particular kit, just in case like I want to give it away, or if we were to have another child, then we don't have to repurchase this again because we already have all of the things. So like it's perfect. Right now she gets it every quarter now. So we're actually going to be putting $130 into Love Every because her next box is due in May, I want to say. So this 130 will already cover for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where I'll stop. And so I just can focus on saving up money for the next shipment that's coming at whatever time here. But yeah, y'all, I've had Love Every since baby girl was born and haven't had any issues or anything. I love their books as well too, and just how it follows her growth and all the things that you think is going on that may make you think that you're going crazy or something's wrong with your child. They've already like, hey, your child's going to start doing this. And you're like, oh, okay. So you already know. Good. So 130 is going into here. Let me just make sure. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 130. Okay. So we have $133.80 in Love Every. So that is something that will allow me to breathe, that if I just don't put anything for April in there, I know that we are going to be okay. Sam's Club is actually already fully funded. And then last but not least, We have our Walmart Plus, and we're putting $30 into here. So we'll do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we'll color in these hearts here. And then I'm thinking maybe next month, I want to get some of these smaller subscriptions, just like fully funded, so I can focus on some of the other funds that need more time to build up and things like that. So we'll see what happens. But we have that. So now we have $53. And I think I only need like 140, 150. So like, yeah, if we can put $100 in here and just be done with that, then I don't have to worry about putting $5, $6, $7 for the rest of the year into here. And then y'all, that is it. There's nothing else going into here. That is our entire $2,135 for the second half of the month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next one.